Hi, I'm Patricia Missakian, and I believe that everyone has a powerful leader within them. And somewhere along the way, we lose touch with that part of ourselves that knows who we are, what we want, and why we are here. When I was 24, something deep inside compelled me to leave my life in Brazil behind. To leave behind my mother's anger and a family who didn't understand me. To leave behind everything I knew and move to the United States where I knew nothing and no one. I arrived here with $600 in my pocket and a bag full of dreams. What I didn't know was that inside that bag, alongside my dreams, was my victim mentality. And the mentality that had snuck over in my bag with me would rule my life for the next 6 years, until the day I had a panic attack while driving the freeway at 60 miles an hour. I pulled over to the side of the road as the cars whistled by me, and I broke down in tears. I'm not talking about raindrop tears. I'm talking about the kind of tears that rack your entire body from head to toe. I don't know how long I spent on the side of the road, but it felt like forever. At that time, I was at an unfulfilled marriage, a job that I hated, and I could only imagine what would happen if I continued to do what I had always done. I didn't want to turn out like my mother, who was so miserable that she took her anger out on everyone around her. In that moment, I knew I could no longer keep going the way I had been. So for the first time in my life, instead of searching outside of myself, I started to search within. I learned meditation, body work, and I began to develop my intuition. Eventually, that led me to connect with the Akashic Records. And I was able to understand that my mother's anger wasn't personal. I could see the bigger picture of my life and purpose beyond what was right in front of me. I had spent so many years angry at the way my mother had treated me, and now I understood the truth. I understood that she too was hurt and misunderstood. I also understood that anger was carried generation to generation, like a torch passed on by children that were neglected, abandoned, and abused. A torch based on by women who aren't able to feel their pain or use their voice. I understood that I was unintentionally carrying on the torch, and it was up to me to pick up a new torch and shine a different light for my children. I didn't have to carry the pain of my family or the pain of the world, and neither do you. No matter who you are and what your current situation, there is a power inside of you just waiting to be heard. I believe the gift you have can save yourself and many other lives along the way. My passion is supporting other women to break the cycle that keep their voices silent, their eyes down, and their heart in a box. I never dreamed that day when I had that panic attack by the side of the road that I would go on to found the Akashic Records Institute and help thousands of women discover the real truth of who they are beyond the pain and suffering they have experienced. It's time for you to connect to the leader within you so you can find your power and shine a different light. I hope that my journey will inspire you to believe in your gift, to understand that if I, with my broken English and a painful past, can share my gifts, so can you. It all begins with unlocking the intuition inside of you and giving voice to that part of you that you may have pushed down or shoved away. Giving voice to the part of you that desperately wants to speak and to be free. That's the same voice that compelled me to leave everything I knew when I was 24. The same voice that had me pull over the side of the road that fateful day and begin my healing journey. And the same voice that is whispering to you right now, whether you can hear or not. I've created a simple exercise that you can do in just 7 minutes a day. Download the MP3 now to unlock your intuition in just 7 minutes and become the leader that you really are.